Hi everyone, I'm Ed from Uckfield Motor Services and I'm here with Professional Motor Mechanic magazine, and today we're here with our good friends MANN Filters talking all things cabin filters. Probably one of the most overlooked filters on the vehicle. If you enjoy the content, then please hit the like and subscribe button to see more of this. Right, let's take a look at what happens behind the dashboard. So here it is, cabin filter from our good friends MANN. So what does it actually do? So they basically filter out all the particulates and any debris that is coming into your air cabin from the outside environment. And they're normally located somewhere around the glove box, around the scuttle, and in some of the later EVs are even in the engine bay. And the reason they're really good is because they filter out all the kind of emissions, stuff like the smoke coming out of the vehicles, all the ozone gases and pollen, and anything that's harmful to yourself or any of the driver or the passenger inside the vehicle. So that's why they're so important for keeping the air clean and healthy inside the cabin. And especially if you've got someone or yourself has an allergy or something like that but is affected by the outside environment. So let's take a look at why the air pollution can be really bad inside your vehicle. Did you know that your cabin air is 5 times more polluted than the air outside you? I bet you never thought about that. So that's why it's really important to have a high quality, high performing filter fitted in your vehicle and changed frequently. But also they do help the actual HVAC system, because if these become blocked, it puts the blower motors under extra strain, all the aircon system under extra strain, so that can actually shorten the lifespan of all the equipment in the HVAC system. Another interesting fact is, do you know how much air is being pumped into your cabin every hour? It can be up to 540,000 litres per hour. That's circulating around your vehicle, especially if you have the windows closed. It'll just be circulating all those germs, all those particulates, all the mold spores, all the dust, all the emissions from off the road. It'll just be pumping around there. So that's really important, why you need to have a nice, clean cabin filter and regularly changed according to manufacturer's specifications. Right, so we are here today with MANN Filter, and they do some fantastic products, but obviously we're here talking about cabin filters today, and they do 3 levels of filters. They all have various different protections. So you've got the basic one, which we'll take a look at next. You've got the activated charcoal one, and then you've got the top of the line one, which is their Freshest Plus cabin filter. So let's take a look at them. So here we have the standard CU cabin filter from MANN. It's a great quality product. We fit hundreds, if not thousands of them a year. We've relied on it for many years and never had any complaints. The good thing about it is it blocks out all the standard particulates up to nearly 100%. It blocks out all the debris, soot, pollen, so you can really rely on it, as it's a good quality filter that can be fitted to any vehicle. Also will last the whole manufacturer's recommended schedules, so yeah, you can really rely on this. So here is the mid-range cabin filter from MANN. This is the Advanced CUK, which has activated charcoal built into it. So that's the difference between the CU and the CUK. The good thing about this is it eliminates 90% of all odours coming into the vehicle, which will make the cabin smell a hell of a lot nicer, which is always pleasant. But also it blocks out some really harmful gases like ozone gases, nitrogen oxide and sulfur dioxide. So you'll be pleased to know that you have that extra protection inside the cabin and make the air quality that much better. So here we have it, MANN's top of the line cabin filter, the Freshest Plus. So this filter does exactly the same as all the other filters I've previously shown you, but it also provides up to 95% protection against all the particulate matter coming into your cabin. It also protects against 95% of all allergens, but most importantly, it stops mold and bacteria actually growing on the filter itself, which is really important. So if you want a top of the range filter that's going to filter the air coming into your cabin really, really well, the Freshest Plus is the one. So I thought I'd do a quick comparison. So we're going to change the filter in this Audi in a second, but this is a cabin filter that we pulled out of a Volkswagen Golf earlier from another service. It is a MANN filter. It's an activated charcoal filter, but this was made on the 4th of the 12th, 2013. So this has been in the vehicle over 10 years, and you can see the state of it in comparison to this one here. It is absolutely disgusting. And you imagine the air is going through this filter and then coming into your cabin. But also it's the amount of rubbish and debris that's actually stuck in this filter, and the strain it'll be putting on the aircon system, especially the blower motor. It'll be doing extra work to pull the air through to get it into your cabin. So that's why it's vitally important to change these filters according to the manufacturer's schedules. cabin filters are obviously sometimes a bit hard to sell. We have a lot of customers kick back and they don't really see the benefits of fitting a cabin filter. So we've actually kind of trained our service advisors to talk through the benefits and why they need to have it changed as often as the manufacturers tell you to. So basically, talk about all the benefits that we've spoken about previously, the fact that it filters the air, stops pollutants, stops allergens getting in, all these various subjects to help aid you sell them. But also what we do is show them an old one and show them a new one, and show them the actual difference between the two filters and why they need to be changed. When we show that actual visual comparison between the old filter and the new filter, and the actual benefits the customer is going to gain from renewing their cabin filter, it's normally a firm yes. So that's aids in getting that sale across the line and also making it a better environment for the customer in the vehicle. So another talking point about the moment is EVs. Obviously servicing on EVs is a lot less, and one of the only filter we really change on an EV is the cabin filter. So this is why they're going to become more important about talking about the benefits and upselling them to customers, because EV servicing is a lot less. So the cabin filter sale is going to become even more important. We talked a lot about cabin filters, but MANN filters make all different types of filters: oil, air, cabin and fuel. And I'm a big advocate for them. My company fits thousands, and I mean thousands of MANN filters a year, and we haven't had one comeback in all the years that we've been using MANN filters. So I can vouch for how good they are. They're a good quality product and I fully trust them, and I'll be fully trusting them going into the future. So that's why we take cabin filters seriously in our workshop. It's not just an optional extra, it's actually really benefits the customer by having a nice, clean, fresh filter, be it any of the range of MANN filters, just having that new filter in there. So it's going to really benefit the customer by blocking out the allergens, the pollutants, the gases, the mold. There's various benefits, but also it's going to help save and prolong the life of the actual HVAC system itself. So next time you've got the customer reception arguing whether they're going to have the cabin filtered or not, you've now got all the facts and benefits that's going to help get that sale across the line. Right, that's a wrap for today. If you're enjoying the content, then please hit the like and subscribe button. We'd really love some views and comments on what content you'd like to see and what products you'd like us to review or take a look more into. I'll see you on the next one.